So in today's video, we're going to look at conditional formatting. This is a really powerful tool within Microsoft Excel that allows you to format data in certain ways so that you can visually view data easier. So let's start with some of the simple stuff first. So if I highlight this column right there, it just has a bunch of random numbers in. There are some preset rules here that you could use. So some of the basic rules you could use here is you could say, let's do something that is greater than, and this automatically chose this, but let's do 250. Oh, helps if I use a numlock. 250. And then you can set these to different values. So light fill, red text, you can do different things. So this is just like a default one. And you can enter any number you want. So with that you have, so let's just clear rules. So that is greater than, you can do less than, between. So it's this defaulted between 243 and 622 to highlight it in red fill. You can do borders as well. So as you can see here, there's greater than, less than, between, equals. Text contains, we'll do that in a second. Date, duplicate values. All of these are available as kind of defaults. There's also kind of top 10. So if I want to say, show my top 10 items, this is really nice because immediately it shows you that. You can also just change this if you want to do, say, top 5 instead of top 10. You can change that pretty easily as well. You can do percentages, so my bottom 10%, or let's say my bottom 50%, those ones are highlighted there. So those are all like kind of default ones. There are more rules. When you click on more rules, it's the same thing as if you do new rule. It will bring up a similar window if you do either one of those. And both of those are within there. So you can see that's the same screen that's coming up. Before we jump to new rules, let's just look at data bars. So this again is a great visualization. If I just hover over these, it kind of, you can see it's adding the data there. I'm just going to move this over one column so that we can see it even better. So if I do data, and it can do, you can see the size of the data bar depends on the amount of data that's in there. So 811 is the largest number, so that's why that is filling all the way out, and 54 is the smallest, that's why that's the smallest one there. So those, so let's just clear those rules. So that is data bars, so those are just using data bars and different colors. You've got data scales as well. So this is kind of nice. I see this one, these ones with green and red being used a lot of times. So in this case, it's defaulting. You can obviously change it. It's defaulting to the biggest number being green, the smallest number being red, and you can quickly create a scale that way. So there's different ones here that are available. You can also use like a rag status, red, amber, green status with this as well. And then they've got some other defaults here as well. So those are all there. Next is icons. So there's a whole bunch of different icons that you can use. Again, this is looking at the green circle being the highest number, 811, 788. Those are being indicated with that. And then the smallest ones are being indicated with a red triangle. So same with all these arrows. So this is nice. I can show you kind of up and down. Ones that are way up, ones that are sort of in the middle. You can see the 411 on row 11 is got an arrow pointing to the side because it's kind of in the middle. So there's different ones there that you can use. Same with over here, just different directions. Again, red, amber, green, stoplights, great. Exclamations, checkbox, flags, all sorts of different ones. These are pie charts, so 811, 788, the largest numbers, so those are getting pie charts. And then they even have graphs, so this kind of graph here, as well as this one here. So all those are available in icons, but let's look at some more advanced rules. So all of those that were set before, you can also set yourself. So if I look here and I say between 100 and 500, and I set a format, you can do any format that you want, like. So let's do bold and let's do red, and then press OK. So all of those show up. I'm just going to undo that quickly so we can keep looking on ones. So that is very similar to the one that we had up earlier where it was between. I've just gone ahead and done that with different values. So, and the nice thing about this between one or any of these is you can set the default, and then you can come down to manage rules, and then you can double click on it, and you can see again it brings up the exact same thing I just had where I put in the 250, except for now, let's say I want to do back to my very bold red and to my font that I want to do in bold, and there we go. I've got to the same thing that I was at earlier. So it's just a different way to get around it, so it's nice. You can kind of just set the default and then kind of go in, manage the rules, and make it even better. So all of these are available. You can also use text. So I've got over here a bunch of text. So let's go ahead and do conditional formatting. And here we can use, there is a text one that is there as a default. So let's say I want to do that contains a letter A. You can see those ones are highlighted. And again, if I do that and then I come in and manage rules, I can then adjust this as I want. I can change its formatting. I can do the color a little differently. Maybe I want a border and then the fill. Let's say I want that in green, and then I can adjust that, and that's adjusted. So that's text. So you can use text. You can use values. You can use either one. All of these are adjustable, and you can change them. There's different things. You can look for duplicates as well, which is nice. So we can, we didn't set anything for that. So let's use the default for this one, actually, duplicate values. So there you go. Those are all the duplicate values highlighted very easily for you. And then what is good about this is if you change it, it will change the color. So let's add, let's do that greater than, let's do this one here. Sorry, let's do this one here. So if I now change this to 54, 52, this greatly decreases the size of that line. So all of these work the same way. Now that I put 8,000, it's well outweighing all the other ones. That's why they're all smaller. But it will adjust every other one as well. So if I do 1,800, it makes every other one smaller because the total number jumped by 1,000 in that case, from 6,800 about to 7,800 about. So that's going to change, and that's why if I make this 55, a lot of the other ones get bolder, get bigger, because the top number isn't as big now and the total number isn't as big. So great way to display data. It's live. That's one of the nice parts about it. You can adjust it and change it. If you ever need to clear the rules, you saw me do that a couple times. You can clear on the selected cells or clear from the entire sheet, and that can easily do it. You can also just go into manage rules, and then you can adjust all of these at any point. So you can see here I've got the gradient one. If I want to do a different color of gradient, and I want to do the border in black, there you go. So that's now in that different color there. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Please also share. Please go ahead and check out my other videos on my page. Have a great day.